How about
heavy.
this? These people who are striking in LA. Yeah, go back to that Vito or V. They fucking cut down the trees where they shave the trees where they're striking, so they can't get any shade.
Dude, these studios
Here we are, scumbags.
They're
I mean, they are fucking scumbags.
It is wild.
It's actually hilarious how big of scumbags these guys are.
So I'm going to say something.
Zoom in, Vito.
I shouldn't say this.
Just do it, dude. You already fucking did the
Look at
Ozempic
Pig
bit.
Vito shaking his head.
I
like,
know,
yeah,
dude.
fucking hang
He's
yourself.
another pig.
Hang yourself as he sits behind the fucking
He said
boards.
he's trying to fast tonight till 5 o'clock because he needs to drink.
He's wearing a sandwich shop on his head.
I know.
Listen, I'm not saying that you should do. I'm posing an intellectual conundrum.
Okay.
All right? I'm not saying anybody should do this. I have friends that work in these places. I talk to them all the time. I am not saying I think I'm going to do this. I'm not saying I think people should do this. But I do think it is an interesting thing to ponder. Why is it that if to the average person in the entertainment business, which let's be honest is a liberal on paper for the most part,
We have another name for them on Staten Island.
why is it that if one of your friends took a job at Fox News, you would have extraordinarily ethical issues with them?
Okay.
Potentially even severing ties to say the damage they did. Yet, what about the people that work at these studios that are cutting the trees down? So have you ever seen something?
No.
I mean, of course we've seen things that are that inhumane, but that is so inhumane.
Sure.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we are watching, and the biggest mistake they're making with these, and I'm in both unions, so I'm on strike, but like the biggest mistake they're making here, especially with the SAG one, is they are putting famous people all over the press for this. And I don't think that necessarily is a mistake, because I think the press is shit, and I think they're the biggest pariahs in the United States, more than political figures. 100% the press. And I mean the corporate news media by the press.
Right.
And not just, but the press. I don't mean I don't mean I don't consider Rogan the press.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't consider this podcast the press.
Yeah, we try to have like investigative journalists. We are idiots.
Yeah, I'm talking about people that go out there and say we are presenting you the news.
Right.
If you can show me an outlet that does that without a narrative behind it, I'm all eyes and ears. Anyway, but the fact that they are putting famous people in front of this and as the face of this, I go, nobody gives a fuck. And then the fact that everybody involved in this is saying to the viewers across the country, keep watching. Don't stop supporting the artist by not watching. What you need is to not watch, because the only thing these fucking studios will listen to is a money stoppage.
Right.
And if people start, the common people, the plumbers and the bakers and whoever, stop subscribing and the money slows up, that's when these fucking studios are going to start to play ball.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you talk to an average person. Did I talk to my friend about this? He goes, good, let them all fucking cannibal. And I go, buddy, you know you're talking about me, right? And he goes, well, I didn't mean you. And I go, that's the problem.
Yeah.
You think that this is about Johnny Depp right now.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's about the middle class of the middle class of actors and actresses and writers. There's a guy, a friend of mine, Mark Gessner. I think his Instagram's Mark Gessner Picks. Go follow him. He's out there striking. He's out there. He's open about it. He's like, he was a working actor. He still is a working actor for not while the strike is, but for 15 years been an actor. And now he's back at an old bartending job because of the strike. And he had a good point. He was like, the media is doing this thing on purpose where they keep saying Hollywood is on strike. He's like, it is not Hollywood. It is 87%.
That's what I just said. They're doing it on purpose.
He said 87% of SAG after actors don't have don't even qualify for health care, which is $25,000 a year, I believe. He's like, so it's not about them. It's about everybody else. But he said the press is doing that. They're doing that on purpose to make this an evil thing.
Right. And they're doing it on purpose because it makes for a better story. And they're also in cahoots with every one of these fucking streamers and production houses. It's all part of the same hypocrisy, Kay. It's all connected, and that's not a conspiracy. It is. It's all corporatized. It makes me fucking laugh. Where it's like people are like, boycott Fox News. It's like, okay, so just Fox News, not all the other Fox things.
Yeah.
So you still want to applaud, Herschel is in Trouble or whatever the fuck that show was on FX with Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about it's the same company,
all the same
guys.
shit.
It's the same exact company. It's so wild.
Everybody thinks that there's like a good guy, and they don't exist. They're all in it together. But I think the main
here we are, by the way, with a monopolized industry. Absolutely monopolized industry. I don't know how it was even legal for these studios, for 4 studios to do a big tobacco and buy up everything. I don't understand how it was legal, but it was somehow. They are undoubtedly in fucking cahoots with one another.
right.
And here we are. This is what a corporatocracy is. The studios will spit in your face by cutting leaves off of trees so you don't have shade.
Right.
By telling the protesters where they're allowed to picket.
That's wild. Yeah.
This is insanity.
Right.
This is insanity. You think the Teamsters fist fought the cops. They fist fought the cops. When they would say, get out of here with your picket, they would fight the cops. That guy, Frank Sheeran, the guy from The Irishman, he was arrested on the same picket line like 36 times because they would get arrested, then they would go bail the guy out, then they would go right back to the picket line, get arrested again, go to jail, get bailed out, go right back. Like insanity.
Right.
So the fact that these studios, it is wild. They are spitting in the faces of the public. They are showing you just how big their dicks are and how little afraid they are to lay those dicks on a table right in front of you. And here we are. This is what living in a corporatocracy is. Because guess what? Nobody's going to get the deal they want.
Yeah, right.
Very unlikely.
Yeah.
And even if these studios, this is the problem. I hope this doesn't happen, but I would bet every dollar in my bank account if this was the case, this is what the outcome would be. These studios could come back tomorrow and say, under some weird circumstance, we will never negotiate, re-sign or walk. That's the end of it. And people would still re-sign, and people would still keep giving their money to these companies.
Right.
Because people cannot grasp a concept of stop going here and go over there for 6 minutes and just try it out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
well, you're still, but like even you, like you're striking, but even you're still watching everything, right? Like you're still watching TV and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, and here's the thing. The SAG organizers are saying don't cut the subscriptions off. So maybe there's something I'm not understanding. But, I'm certainly not going to cut off my nose to spite my face. If SAG is saying don't cut it off, I'm like, okay, then I'm not going to... What am I going to be, the only asshole that doesn't get to watch TV tonight?
Right.
But, I think, in my opinion, if they tried to organize the public to strike on their own accounts... But that's also unfair and shit to the public. It's like some guy works an 11-hour day. He's got to come home and not watch TV.
Yeah, he's got to watch our fucking podcast.
I mean, honestly, podcasts, it's so funny, dude. Podcasts are following the cable television model, and the network TV model.
We're not even supposed to be technically doing this, I don't think, as SAG members. Because I don't think you're supposed to promote anything. Oh, but promote... I had an actor who was supposed to come on. He had to cancel because he was like, I can't do it during the strike.
You can't promote movies. You can't promote movies and TV shows unless you're already contractually obligated to do said promotion.
Thank God I don't get any acting work. I can just keep promoting my dates at the Borgata.
I mean, we can promote this. This isn't acting.
No.
Yeah, so we could. So like actors and actresses can just do. They can do podcasts. That's what they'll do.
Depends on what they're promoting. If they're promoting a movie coming out that they're in,
There it is.
They can't.
There's a ban on promotion in every form. They can't do interviews, tours, fan expos, conventions, podcast appearances, award shows, or even post about a project on social media. It appears, okay.
I just don't understand that. That's not got nobody. It just drives me crazy. It's like, guys, nobody. Look at what just happened with Indiana Jones. Look at what just happened, and The Flash. These were supposed to be the two biggest movies of the summer. These fucking things, by the standards of what they were supposed to hit projection-wise, fucking flopped.
Right.
They were financial failures. There is nobody more exposed to the public than Harrison Ford and Ezra Miller, especially with all Ezra Miller's infamous behaviors and everything else. The Flash had Ezra Miller. It had Michael Keaton. It had Ben Affleck. It had what's her face, Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. It's like Indiana Jones. It's Harrison Ford. It's like
It's an iconic movie franchise.
these were supposed to be huge. They got all the press in the world they ever could have needed to promote these things. They fucking bombed. Why? Because people were like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to watch it. Meanwhile, they got 8 movies every round of Oscars that, you know, or better yet, Paranormal Activity comes out. They make it for 13 grand or whatever the fuck they made it for, and it makes $300 million, and nobody's heard of it. Why? Because people are telling each other, you got to see this fucking thing. It's crazy.
Right.
Right? When will these fucking idiots learn that that's not going to do anything? They're still going to put the movie out, and if people want to watch it, they're going to fucking watch it. You think some fucking guy who's a fan of anything in any way, shape, or form needs a fucking interview with Keanu Reeves on The Tonight Show to go, oh, that movie's coming out?
Yeah, they know.
These fucking idiots, we're all on Google every day, or on the internet every day.
They're fucking dumb. Why do you think Barbie is doing so well then? What do you think it is about Barbie?
Well, the brand is like, and
That's
it's
what-
also that it's like a feminist,
Yeah.
you know, so
I've
there's
heard
an
it's
audience.
fantastic, the movie.
I heard it's great.
Yeah, my Jasmine
it's
just
great.
saw it. She said it was fun. She was like, I want to go back and see it with just you.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, she took the kids to see it. She's like, I want to go back and smuggle in flasks and drink and watch it with you.
I'll go see. I want to see it.
Come
for my
see it with
podcast.
us, dude.
I'll go see it with you.
Go see it with her, dude.
Yeah.